Hello and welcome to today's video. Today, we're here for our NASCAR 2005 Chase with the Cup career mode and the fight to the top goal of getting the championships in all the series and owning a Cup team. And we're coming off the disappointment of Darlington. We're going to put that behind us as we move along here. Darlington, if you guys missed it, in both the Busch Series and the Cup Series, were solid points results, but being ultra competitive that I am, and being, that you have to be a competitive person to want to go out and desire to win something. Finishing second in the Busch race, coming off of turn 4, passing for the lead and making contact and spinning, and going onto the white flag lap of Darlington, passing for the lead, then run out of fuel in turn 4 and finish 4th. Although those are great results, they're not what we need or what we want. All right, of course, that will help us. And I guess when I say that's not what we need, it is what we need. We need those to move up, continue our advance to the championship. But it's not what we need mentally. We need wins. That's all I need. I can't go through and be like, I need to get third. That's helpful for the points. Obviously, the Cup Series moved up a spot. But when the guy that, you're trying to, beat in the points here is wherever he is. Where the hell is Kansas? Like, when the guy you're trying to pass at points beats you, and the other guy you're trying to pass at points beats you, like, okay, I'm trying to catch these guys and they finish ahead of me. So that sucks. Busch Series, obviously, it helped us move up. We're 4th now. But, if we won, we would have been 2nd. So, like, it's still frustrating. But, again, we'll do whatever. It's just annoying. It's frustrating. And again, we need those results, but at the same time, we need to win. I don't give a shit about racing Ryan Newman in a production car, dog. It does nothing for me, dog. Alright. Put Darlington behind. And we move on to Bristol. Another track that we should be able to come out here and dominate. Bristol's a track that historically I've been absolutely amazing at. I remember being, a child playing this game. A little baby me. Baby Curtis. Not really baby, I was like 7. But still. Me playing this game. And I would go and play this without cautions on and cause massive pileups in the corners. That used to be insane because you could literally block the whole track. But I remember this is one of the tracks that my dad and I used to play on a real lot when we played together. And I bring it up to him sometimes. And he always talks about how I would annoy him with how I'd crash him to win, because I used to. He used to, pass me, and I would absolutely hate that and crash him. And he didn't appreciate getting crashed all the time, which I get. If you're playing the game, you want to not crash. But him and I used to always race Bristol, New Hampshire, and Martinsville. And Martinsville, I used to always send him in the corner. So whenever I bring it up to him, that's what he always mentions, is how I used to crash him a lot. So maybe I'll bring it up to him tomorrow when I see him. Like, yeah, I was playing NASCAR 2005, and I was talking about how I used to crash him. Sure, I think that's funny. So yeah, Bristol's one of those tracks though that, again, I used to always race on. Just when I play with myself, when I race with my dad, whatever. And it was just, it is a good track. This is always a fun one. And again, I didn't used to race the cautions on. So again, you can just make pile-ups in the corners. Bristol and Martinsville. Martinsville's way easier, but you can in both. Let's go. We got pole for both races. What we need. And speaking of playing this game with my dad, we got the car he would always pick, starting next to us for the cup race with a 24 car. And there's one of the cars I used to always pick, spinning on the apron. Who would have thought? All right, Bristol, 20 laps for the Cup Series. Bristol's interested to pit under green flag
EA Sports welcomes you to the Bristol Motor.
We'll see if we get a green flag pit stop. If we do, you got to keep your mind focused on what side of the track you're pitting on. That's always interesting, especially in the games like this where the graphics are a little bit lower. It's kind of hard to see, but there's the little flag stand there. It's hard to see until you get almost through the corner. And again, once you get going so fast, you kind of just, everything blurs together, which side of the track you're on. So just keep that in mind if green flag pit stops come up. Again, who knows? We may not get green flag pit stops. We get a caution, but if they do appear, got to keep in mind that we have to pit on the front straight. Again, goal is to get to at least lap 11 leading the race. That gives us the maximum points, maximum bonus points I should say, that you can earn. Again, you can get 5 points for leading a lap and 5 points for leading the most laps. And again, in the Busch Series, it is critical to get those points because this is a season-long championship. So those 5 points can make the difference. And as I was saying, as we came into this episode, how many points I would have been ahead had I won Darlington. You know, those 5 points that I got for leading the lap, I am now, if we're going by live standings, I would be second in the point standings. I will go from fourth to second to those points because the guys in front of me only have 2 more points. So Bristol goes by pretty quick. It's a very, very fast track. 15-second laps. I mean, you can do 4 laps in a minute. We're on low fuel. I'm not pitting yet. See when everybody else starts to pit. Keep in mind where our pits are. We are on the front straight. So this is the corner right here that we need to be in to pit. We're very low on fuel. Led the most laps. Fuel tank almost empty. We're not going to risk it here. We're going to come down pit road. I'm going to do right side. I guess, I don't know what we'll do for tires. We'll see what the game is. We don't have much time to select, so we'll see what we do, I guess. Again, it's shorter pit road here.
Make sure you're up to speed before you merge. You got some guys coming up behind you.
Alright, we are back out onto the track. I don't know the situation. I don't know who's where. Apparently I'm second though, so I did retain the lead. These guys in front of me must all be lap down cars. We're close to, oh my god. That's so unfortunate. I was trying to not do that. Oh, who's in that 20 car? That JJ Yeley or is it Denny Hamlin? I'm thinking it's Hamlin. I don't think Hamlin's in this game. It's Mike Bliss. Would not have thought that. I was thinking like a few years later, maybe. I was thinking like probably 2006. Trying to get Dale Jr. to not hate me because I think the rivalries do carry over. Rivalries and allies, I think it carries over to the Cup Series. I mean, that's the only reason why Jeff Burton took me out twice in the 2500 after, my first Cup start. So I'm in a spot where I'm just trying to manage. These guys will have way better tires, but we're good there. Big lead there. Again, we only did 2 tires. Everybody else did probably 4. So that was a solid race for us. So again, very quick race. Normally we're about 15 minutes into an episode when the first race is done. We only just now hit 12.
I'll tell you what, you have managed to...
So it should be double the race time now, of course. 40 laps of Bristol with the Cup Series. "40 laps of Bristol in the Cup."
The road to the Nextel Cup Championship is both daring and demanding. Fast tracks, tight turns, and lots of traffic. Today it is all of that and more compressed into one tiny half-mile. The Bristol Motor Speedway, the most electrifying half-mile in motorsports. EA Sports saved you the best seat in the house for the Food City 500.
All right, here we go. It's Bristol. Oh my god, this car still sucks at launching. Brilliant. That is what we need. Start to get our lead going here. Work on what we gotta work on. Figure out what we need. I think we're in a good spot here. I really do. I think that this is my type of track, my type of race. Short tracks and road courses are where I feel the most comfortable in a NASCAR game. I'm not gonna lap the whole field in this, but you put me in like a NASCAR Heat 5 race and I will lap the whole field. Gets a little difficult with stages, but it is doable. We have done it actually in a video not too long ago when we raced there, probably back in June. So here we go, already going to lap 8. So we're close to what would have been the halfway point of that Busch race. In my mind, I was going to call it Xfinity, but it's Busch. The Busch Series race. We were close to the halfway point in that. Of course, this here, we should be able to go to close to lap 20 before we get to halfway on 2. Or no, we should go to close to lap 20 before we get a pit. So we should be getting half lap fuel soon. Oh, that was risky. My nose got a little itch on it. And I shook my hand off the controller for 1 second. There we go. Get the little itch, whatever, gone. There's not much time in Bristol to do that. I mean, the mile and a half, so you have a little bit longer straight. It's the same with like pitting here, right? To make your pit decisions, to do any of that stuff, right? Like, I like to grab a quick drink when I pit. Every series, I try to grab my drink, but it's a little hard here to do all that, because once you make your decisions, you got like a 15-second window. Normally you got like probably 30 seconds. So it's a little shorter just because we have a shorter pit road, because it's divided. Again, if we have a caution and we pit, we have more time. But expect to start seeing pit stops around lap 20 to 21, in that range. Maybe some cars might come a little early, come on lap 19. For me, I'm trying to go to 21, just like we went to 11 in the Busch race. Again, keep in mind that this game kind of scales it based on laps. So, and I mean, most racing games will do the same thing. They'll scale it depending on the series. So this, you can run 20 laps because that gets you to half lap fuel. Where the Busch series is a little shorter. That way you have to pit, basically. It essentially forces a pit stop in a race. So again, we're going to the front stretch pit road. You kind of know where that is. We've kind of done enough laps here now. Get reacquainted with that. Alright, Brennan go on pit behind us. Absolutely dominating here at Bristol. This is what we need. I'm going to go 4 tires full of fuel. That's the plan. Literally my only thing is I'm going to turn off repair damage. I'm going to do that. Leave wedge what it is. I didn't really want to be on this side of the pit. Hopefully these guys don't pull out in front of me. Lovely. I guess we're adding wedge. Again, I couldn't really do anything about that. I didn't really know why I was there. I just went with it. We'll add wedge. I'm good with that. Alright, here we go. Out of the pits. Where are we going to be? We are in 11th, 1 lap down. No cars behind as we blend onto the track. That is lovely. Michael Waltrip right there is the leader, so we passed him. That gets us back onto the lead lap. And now we are second. Come back around. We will take the lead from Michael Waltrip. I would have liked to have gone one more lap, but when that low fuel thing popped up, I just said I'm diving in. Whatever. We ended up pitting at lap 20 instead of lap 21 like I was hoping. We crossed the line. We were good, but we didn't really enter our pit box till lap 21, but I didn't want to come down Barrett Road until lap 20. But it's all good. It is fine. Ricky Craven is not a big fan of us, so again, if we can work on this, just stay behind him. I'm good with this. We can share draft a little bit. Bristol, again, very hard track to share draft at compared to what we did at Darlington with Matt Kenseth. It's kind of hard here. But and if we can just get one driver to not hate me as much, even if I just get him back to neutral, Just don't have his number popping up in yellow that he hates me, or red that he hates me. Everybody knows. I get it. Most drivers in the field aren't a fan because I've had some incidents. I mean, Las Vegas really just added names to the list. You know, if I needed skill points to unlock tracks or whatever, I'd be killing it right now. I mean, look at that. We're gaining so much from having the share draft and from leading at the same time. I mean, look at the points that we are earning on that skill points board. Leaving this on with Ricky Craven here has worked. He's down now to neutral with us. That is brilliant. We've gotten Ricky Craven to not hate us. You'll love to see it. Share drafting is over with him, but again, doesn't hate us now, so that's good. Just a few more laps to go. I really haven't had the car to go past him. I really haven't been able to make any gains here. Ricky Craven's back to not liking me. He's back to red. I don't understand why. Continue to share draft a little bit with him. Just a few laps to go here. And we got our second Busch Series win of the season here. Came close to Darlington. And now we're working on our second ever Cup career win. We came close at Atlanta with a second place finish. Came close at Darlington, leading the most laps. Running out of fuel in turn 4. Here we go at Bristol. We have dominated Bristol. I believe we've led all but 3 or 4 laps. We are very low on fuel as expected. Again, we pit on lap 20, so that should take us till lap 40. So realistically, we should get the fuel tank almost empty as we come into this corner here. We will. That's when I dived into the pits. But we will not be diving into the pits. We will be diving across the start and finish line to win Bristol. Let's go. Ricky Craven's an ally now. Look at that. Look at that. We are almost at $1 million. We should be, next episode, we should hit $1 million on our quest for $4 million as we go to build our own Cup team. So it should take us quite a while to get there, I guess. Thinking of that, because, well, we're on episode 30, and we have almost cracked $1 million. Who the fuck is calling me?
Oh man, I'll tell you what, I don't know what you did, but you managed to get that guy.
Alright, well, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next one.